The significance of commemorating the Rwanda genocide in Kenya is to recognize that what happened in Rwanda, even though it was not in Kenya, has very important learnings even for us in Kenya, and not just for us in Kenya, throughout the Great Lakes region and indeed the world. I think the students who came today, from their sharing and the interaction, understood that genocide prevention, atrocity prevention, is a task that cannot be left to institutions. It's a task that involves individual responsibility. Each human being can play a role in standing up for what is right, in understanding the messaging we all receive in the world around us, and they're messages that can be divisive, that can contain hatred, that can be tension escalators, that can be used to organize or polarize, that can be used to even arm groups. And we must distinguish this messaging and filter it very carefully and understand what can cause negative and positive reactions, and manage our own internal reaction as a human being, and rationalize these issues in the world around us, in our countries, with the tribes around us, with the ethnicities, the ideologies, the political positions, the religions, and everything else that we see around us. We must contextualize it and frame our approach going forward.
What motivated me to come to this event is my particular interest in governance and the political stability in African countries, particularly Kenya. Tribal conflicts has been an issue in African countries, as we saw in post-election violence, for instance, here in Kenya in the 2007. And the genocide is of importance to us as Kenyans, and we should stand with the Rwandese in commemorating this day, because, as you've said, the genocide can take place anywhere. It can happen here in Kenya, it can happen in any country. So we have to stand together, to ensure that we have peace, and that such an instance like the genocide does not happen again.
My name is Bairam Odaka Oyengo. I was remorseful about what happened in Rwanda, and I wanted to stand in solidarity with them and also learn about the things that happened that caused the genocide. It has taught me personally to live peacefully in the community and with my family members, and also teach people to have peace around them.
My name is Maina from Youth Motion Kenya. I'm the chief dreamer of the organization, and I'm happy to be here. What motivated me to come here is because the genocide was a very unfortunate event to happen in Rwanda, and especially in this electioneering period, it is the last thing that we want to get close to. So the reason as to why I came here is to at least awaken my conscience, what happened in Rwanda, what was the effects, and of course to get to know what is my role as far as evading conflict or quashing violence is concerned. Any matters conflict or matters violence, I understand now that it's my responsibility to quash and to make sure that nothing of the sort happens wherever I am. So it's purely my responsibility to make my environment safe.
My name is Philip Omar. Yeah, and what motivated me to come was my feeling for solidarity with the Rwandese people over their loss around 23 years back, and wanted to get the inspiration that they got, since as of now you can't even tell they went through what they went through in 1994. And hopefully I can also learn from that, and as a country, since we're going through elections this year, we might not set a similar example as they did.
My name is Yvonne Nafuna. I'm a student at Mount Kenya University. I I saw this summit as an opportunity to learn more about what political affiliations and tribal divisions can do to our society. So I came here to learn more about it, and also ways to prevent something of that sort from happening in our country. I have learned a lot. For example, I have learned that it's a personal responsibility to deal with tribal affiliations and everything. It begins with me and everyone else in society. It's our responsibility.
Genocide studies worldwide are very clear that genocide is very methodical. It more or less goes through the same processes and stages in every country, in every age of history that it's occurred, whether it is the Holocaust, the time of Nazi Germany, or the Rwanda genocide. That stages of discrimination, dehumanization, of polarization, of revenge, and finally even of denial, that we see similar phases in history. And we recognize elements of these stages in every society in the world today. So genocide prevention needs to be deliberate. It needs to be national. It needs to be international. Countries around the world, all over the world, need to adopt deliberate, well thought out interventions. Institutions, the United Nations, bodies, genocide prevention committees, and normal citizens of life and governments all need to work together to de-escalate tensions and divisions in their societies, because those tensions and divisions, inner hatreds, differences not resolved, and above all the failure to appreciate diversity, the richness of diversity, that you'd rather have many different roses and flowers blooming rather than one ideology, one flower, one beauty, that the multiplicity of beauties are inherent in nature as human beings, and that is something we need to appreciate.